We are back with a 3-pack of picks for UFC Vegas 50 Underdog Fantasy. First pick is going to be my guy, Drew Dober. I'm targeting an under in this fight, under 37.5 significant strikes by Drew Dober. He's facing Terrence McKinney. Terrence McKinney is surging hot right now. He tends to finish all of his guys inside the first round, and that's the story of Terrence McKinney. Is he's going to try to get you to the mat early, he's going to try to finish you, and if he doesn't, that's where it starts to get a little bit sticky. So on one hand, he has the finishing upside early. On the other hand, the cardio tends to fall off a cliff. While the fight plays out on the feet, Drew Dober's going to have a clear striking advantage, and that's the thing about Drew Dober. He has significant punching power. I think if he stays on the feet long enough, he's going to knock Terrence McKinney into next week. So there's multiple ways we can get there on this under 37.5 significant strikes. If McKinney maybe continues that round one finishing streak, or Dober's just spending a lot of time fending off the takedowns, fending off submissions, or Drew Dober just sparks him inside one of the first exchanges. I kind of think Drew Dober gets it done here, but either way, I like the under on 37.5 significant strikes for our first pick of the night. Next up, we're looking at another under in this fight. This is Alex Pereira. And first off, I mean, can I just say, this is not the guy that you want to get into a bar fight with late at night after you've had a few beers. I mean, take one look at that guy's mug. He is clearly not somebody you want to mess with, but I'm looking at an under in this one. He comes from a high-level kickboxing background. He's facing Bruno Silva, another guy that has a ton of punching power. And listen, I'm just not expecting this fight to last very long, right? Like, both of these guys like to stand and trade. I think it's going to play out on the feet for the majority for as long as it lasts. And currently it's at a pick'em not to start round two. So clearly Vegas thinks this fight is ending in round one. I tend to agree. And under 18.5 significant strikes, Pereira is not really a high volume guy as it is. And I think either of these guys could win by knockout within the first couple strikes that actually land clean. So I really like the under here. It's more of a bet that the fight just doesn't get out of round one, and I'd be surprised if it does. So I like the under on Alex Pereira. 2 unders this week, but I feel pretty good about them. We're rooting for violence this week, boys. And this next one, we're going with my guy Sadiq Yusuff, plus half a takedown versus Alex Caceres. This one's interesting because we know Caceres is likely going to be at a striking disadvantage here. He theoretically would have a grappling advantage, but I'm not convinced that he can get this fight to the ground, or that he'll even try to get this fight to the ground. Alex Caceres has only shot 2 takedowns over his last 6 fights, and those came against guys that were much less physically strong than Sadiq Yusuff. I highly doubt he's going to be able to wrestle him here, and I don't even know if he'll try to implement that game plan across 20-something UFC fights. Like, he's only shot multiple takedowns in 1 fight. So it's not like he's going to be coming in there chain wrestling. He averages just about a half a takedown per 15 minutes. I like Sadiq Yusuff. You're getting the plus half a takedown, so I'm not really expecting Yusuff to land takedowns either, but it's just another way we can get there where maybe he lands a takedown late, Caceres lands one. We know Caceres isn't really going to shoot multiple takedowns, at least historically. It's not something he does. I think Yusuff just outstrikes him for the majority of this one for as long as it lasts, but I'm betting against the takedowns being successful on the Alex Caceres side. So we're looking at a couple under spots. Drew Dober, I like under 37.5 significant strikes, expecting that one to end early, one way or the other. Alex Pereira, same thing, under 18.5 significant strikes. I really think somebody probably dies in the first exchange in that fight. And then Sadiq Yusuff, plus half a takedown versus Alex Caceres. I'm really just betting against the wrestling or even the game plan of Alex Caceres in that one. So that's all I got, guys. Do me a favor, if you've never signed up to play Underdog Fantasy before and you're going to anyway, use that promo code in the description. I'll link it as well. You get 100% deposit match up to $100. So that means you deposit $100 using this link, you get $100 free to play on Underdog Fantasy. Super fun format and another way to have a good sweat on Saturday. Good luck, and we'll see you next time.